What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So we got another episode this week in Warframe. We're going the entire weekly reset, and this is the first reset ever of the old piece update. So we got the new Descendia rotation. Hopefully going to be worth running it. I'll be able to take a look at that and all the other good stuff. So if you like these types of videos, make sure you sub this channel. Daily Warframe video uploads. We're live on stream right now, doing some Omni bundle giveaways tonight. And the first weekly reset is at Teshin. It is a 50k Kuva drop for 55 sea lessons. Technically a discount compared if you were to buy it individually with the capped out amount. But yeah, guys, we got the Blood of Perita clan event starting this week. And now they haven't shown what the clan trophy is yet, but it will be basically the new old piece bounties, but you'll be getting Energize and Avenger and all those Eidolon Arcanes alongside it. Also with some new cosmetics too. But if you're a returning player, the main focus of that event will be basically catching up on previous events' loot. So we're talking the 8 Claw Syandana, or the 8 Claw, what is it called? 8 Claw Signa, the Ephemera from Belly of the Beast. So multiple things like that. That will be starting on Tuesday. Expect a full guide on what frames to run and all that good stuff on Tuesday. Alright, moving over to your Dormizone here. You got a Pistol Riven mod and Oricon Catalyst for Pathos Clamps. Technically an easy way to get that stuff that's not involving Platinum. Alright, so let me go over that. Let's go over the Descendia new rotation. Please be worth it. But if you haven't been paying attention, a lot of players have all of the Descendia Arcanes maxed out. And it's not even the end of the first weekend of the update. So if you want to access these new weeklies, you need to go to the Dark Refractory, and then here's the new weekly right here. Okay, so the normal path, let's see if there's anything worth talking about the normal path. Little endo drop here. There's nothing worth talking about the normal path. Let's go to the Steel Path loot here and hope it's worth looking at. Okay, so we got a level 1 drop, 75 Ignia, not very hard to farm. Kick Gun Riven mod at level 2. Melee Corrine Arcane, which is very, very good arcane at level 3. When you roll, you will freeze nearby enemies. There will be a video on this one in the next couple of days. Very good arcane. But you can actually get this really easily without even doing Descendia, so yeah. Mafika, 15 Mafika, basically 3 arcanes of your choice. A Shotgun Riven mod. After that, Primary Bulwark, very good arcane. Another one that will be in a video soon. Increased damage the more armor you have with the 1500 armor. 15 Mafika again, and you get a red normal Archon shard at the end of all of this. So I guess it's technically worth doing because I like red Archon shards, but yeah, guys. Primary overcharge also under gives you multi-shot for weapons. So technically there is a shard, so it's not like it's totally not worth doing this week. But yeah, you need to go through about 25 minutes of gameplay to get to that shard. And the Perita Rebellion, this is the one that will be the event on Tuesday. Alright, so that's your first weekly of the new updates. Not exactly amazing, but not that bad either. Going back to the previous update from last year, we got or still this year technically, we got the calendar. As far as your drops in the calendar, you got looks like no shards on level 1. You got either an Arcane Enhancement or a Primary Arcane Adapter. Afterwards, you get another red Archon shard. Okay, so it's not even red week, but we got 2 red shards. I'm quite happy about that. So, good stuff there. Red shard, probably less work than the Descendia, honestly. Break some containers for a Oricon Reactor or a 6k Kuva. And then afterwards, you got another Kuva drop or Singular Arcane. I'm not going to really go over the perks anymore, because the perks, honestly, we're on the new update now. The perks of the Knights 99 are not as big of a deal. We got the Omniforma Blueprint, which is always nice to see. Actually, maybe not always nice to see. It's nice to see Omniforma, but not the Blueprint, because the Blueprint takes way too much to build. 3-day Resource Drop Chance Booster. This will be good in the Blood of Perita event. And as far as the last drop here, you get a Riven mod or a Exilus Weapon Adapter, and your last perk is going to be these ones. So yeah, pretty okay calendar. If you put the calendar and the Descendia Arcane or shard together, you almost have a red Tau shard. So if you get one red Tau shard from these other weeklies, you'll be able to get a red Tau, which is much better than red normals in my opinion. And by the numbers too, because it's just more power strength. Moving over to the Elite Templar Archimedia. This is where you can maybe find that 3rd red shard for the week. As far as your modifiers and mission types for your Elite Weekly over here, you got Defense as the first one, Survival, aka Hell Scrubber is the second one, and the Boss Fight, the Tank, is the 3rd one. For your modifiers, Vamp Rock means that the objective will be constantly draining health. It also disable abilities you're nearby it. If you walk next to them, you will not drain health anymore. Or they will not drain health anymore. Next, Thick Ice. Arctic Eximus bubbles have 30 times their HP. And Entanglement. Allies within 4 meters of a dead enemy will have reduced movement and parkour velocity. For Hell Scrubber, you got Sporogenesis, making it where these blue tumor nodes spawn all over the map. You have to shoot them, or the life support will drain faster. Then Beyond the Wall Murmur enemies also join the ranks of the Scaldra and the Tech Rot. And the last one on this one, Vampire Luminous, Vampire Ghost will chase you down, draining your health and energy. So just keep an eye out for what's happening. You'll be probably focusing on the Sporogenesis, but you're also getting chased by Luminous. The Luminous can kill you very quickly. For the last mission here, for the tank, you got Thermian Plating. Only Thermian rocket launchers can damage the tank. For reinforcement that drop the rocket launchers will spawn during the fight. So yeah, it actually makes the fight easier in my opinion. Just have to make sure you hit that rocket launcher on the weak points. Also, heavy warfare. Enemies take 95% less damage from non-heavy Arcwing gun weapons. Okay, so you're going to need to have your Arcwing gun and also switching the rocket launcher. This might be a little bit annoying of a mission. And the last one here, Beyond the Wall, Murmur are here with the Tech Rot and Scaldra again. For your personal modifiers, you got undersupplied, ammo reduced by 75%, secondary wounds, gain a puncture proc when you take damage. Puncture procs make you deal less damage. Fractured armor, casting ability reduces your armor. And energy exhaustion, lose 2 energy per second for each ally within, or sorry, for each enemy within 10 meters of you. If you have Dante, Overguard prevents the energy drain. So that's a great place to get elite, starting to get enhanced shards. Moving on to the next planet here, we're going to the Elite Deep Archimedia. Similar idea, just a different planet. You need rank 5 with these respective syndicates to get access to these missions. And this also requires the Whispers in the Wall quest to be complete, but if you're worrying about Archon shards, you've probably beaten the Whispers in the Wall quest already. Also, I'm going to give you a quick okay, this might be spoilers, guys, so if you have not seen this, maybe potentially close your eyes for a second. I'm going to show you a new room that just unlocked on the Cavia last night, okay? So we're right here on the Cavia, right up underneath Bird 3. Minor spoilers, okay? This door has finally opened. This door has finally opened, and in this door, we have the Lotus hanging out in the ship, so... or in the city. So this is probably going to be something involved with a new event on Tuesday. This was not unlocked last night, but now it is unlocked today. So, yeah, this has nothing to do with the weeklies really, but it might have something to do with the new event on Tuesday, like I said. So, yeah, if you want to go check it out, go ahead and walk underneath Bird 3. There's a door that has now opened as of last night. All right, moving on to the actual weeklies, though. Yes. We got a look at the Elite Deep Archimedia. Alright, for your mission types and modifiers, you got Exterminate, Alchemy, and Disruption. He likes to talk a lot whenever you click on him, by the way. So for the first mission, Exterminate, we got Sealed Armor. Enemies take 90% less damage from non-weak point hits. So some of these enemies don't even have weak points, so be careful about that one. Myopic Munitions. Enemies only take damage if you're within 15 meters of them. And Alluring Arcanids. Dog robots will charge their attacks, pulling Warframes towards them. For Alchemy, very annoying mission usually, Amphors will inflict their associated element while being held. So if you carry around a cold grenade, you'll taking cold damage and all the other stuff. Next, Bolster Belligerents. All enemies have Overguard, equal to half of their maximum health. And Commanding Culverins. Rogue Culverins deal 5 times damage to Overguard. Doesn't really matter for Dante. And for the last one here, Disruption, you got Unified Purpose. Enemies can target and destroy the conduit. So now it's a mobile defense objective, not just a disruption. Hostile Regeneration, enemies will slowly regenerate their health. And Post-Mortal Surges, enemies explode in void energy when killed. So honestly, keep them away from the objective, because if you kill them near the objective, they will blow up the objective because of the Post-Mortal Surges. That's a pretty deadly combo right there. For personal modifiers, Frame Curse Syndrome, making you take damage whenever you cast an ability. Dull Blades, minus combo count. For melee, Fractured Armor, casting ability reduces your armor. And Powerless, no abilities until you get 50 kills. So that's going to be your elite missions there. As far as Bird 3's weekly shard, this does require rank 5 to get it, but you got a... okay, there you go. Bird 3 hooked it up. So you got a red normal from the Descendia, you got a red normal from the calendar, and a red normal from Bird 3. You get a guaranteed red Tau this week if you do these basic things. So great stuff. Bird 3 hooking up as usual. All right, moving on to the circuit, Steel Pass circuit, and all that other good stuff. This is going to be how you get the Incarnon weapons. They're some of the best guns, and actually they are the best guns in the game. But also, let's take a look at that Archon Hunt as well. So lots of weekly stuff nowadays in Warframe, guys. Don't feel obligated to do every little weekly. Like, honestly, if you don't want to do Descendia, like 25 minutes for one shard, just don't even bother. We got the the Snake Archon here with the mission modifiers and types being Exterminate, Disruption, and the final boss showdown for the Amber Archon shards. Good luck in that Tau shard. Now, as far as the circuit, we've got the normal circuit, potentially easy to farm frames, and the Steel Pass circuit with those Incarnons. We got Hydroid, who comes from the Earth boss fight. Vahek, you got Mirage, who comes from a quest. So you might want to grab her as your second choice. Or Limbo, who comes from a quest as well. So as far as the Helmet abilities, Helmet ability of Hydroid is Tempest Barrage. Helmet ability of Mirage is Eclipse, pretty good ability. And Helmet ability of Limbo is Banish, which has some decent utility. I'd say go for Mirage here. You can save yourself some scanning in those Samaris tasks to get the second blueprint. And also Mirage has the best helmet of the bunch. Moving on to the Steel Path Circuit here, some of the best weapons you can possibly get. You got the weapons as follows: the Akin Brunt Incarnon, the Soma Incarnon, the Vasto Incarnon, the Nami Solo Incarnon, and the Burstin Incarnon. Some of these are meta, some of these are not meta. So yeah, let's go over what all these do and what the best ones are for you. Because maybe just because it's not meta doesn't mean that you don't like it. Alright, first Incarnon is the Akin Brunt. This is a sword and shield Incarnon. More like a sword and an axe and shield. And as far as what the Incarnon form does, after you get a 6x combo multiplier, you can go into Incarnon form, which will launch spectral axes during aerial and slide attacks. These actually hit really, really hard, but it's probably the least popular Incarnon in the whole game. It's just nobody really uses it. It's got good damage, but yeah, it's honestly kind of slow still. And I would recommend that you go for other Incarnons over this one. I would say actually go for any Incarnon this week. This is your last choice. This is the last choice in my opinion. But if you do want to grab it, you got some decent perks like on shield break, increased combo gain. When you have high armor, increased heavy attack efficiency. You know, maybe some on kill, reload your primaries and weapon secondaries. Just not that great. I'd say pass on this one until the very, very last option. Soma Incarnon is not as miserable, but still not the best. Is the Soma Incarnon from the Soma Prime or Soma Normal. As far as what it does, get some headshots and you'll turn this machine gun into a shotgun machine gun, basically. After some headshots, you'll get increased status chance and multi-shot, but also reducing the fire rate and crit chance. So unfortunate for that, they have to nerf it. But yeah, once you get that though, it can one-shot level 10,000. Don't get me wrong. Just because I'm saying it's not the best doesn't mean it's not actually top tier. It can kill level 10,000 with one bullet. But yeah, you know, they nerf it when it goes to Incarnon form. You can get tons of crit chance and red crits with the Hata Sacho mod that's only for the Soma Prime. But yeah, you can do better. The Burst Incarnon is also here this week, and that is honestly a meta one right there. But yeah, lower tier choice, but still good if you want a nostalgic rifle. For the Vasto Incarnon, this thing is really good for killing one enemy at a time, but really making sure they're dead, because it does crazy damage and crit. As far as what it does, we got the, after some headshots, you get to fan the hammer and rapidly empty the magazine. It fires 6 bullets at a time, and those bullets will really destroy. So, yeah, as far as the idea of this one, though, it's got Death Trap Trigger. When swapping this weapon from your primary, increase crit chance and crit damage. So you've got red crits and lots of crit damage to go alongside it, as long as you swap back and forth. So if you're down for that playstyle, it's really, really powerful. But I'd actually recommend you put on the Vasto Normal, not the Vasto Prime. The Vasto Normal has much higher Riven stats and Incarnon upgrades. If you're grabbing one of these two guys, I'd recommend that you definitely go for the Vasto this time. Vasto Normal, that is. And if you're going to grab the top tier stuff, these two on the right over here are the top tier Incarnons this week. So I'd say go ahead and grab these two. And we're going to explain why they're so good right now. Okay, for the Nami Solo Incarnon, the reason it's so good is because this machete gets a bunch of extra range when you go to Incarnon form. Specifically 3 extra years of range, and you can throw that alongside all the range mods, like Prime Reach and all the other good stuff. So yeah, it's also got really high status chance too, so it's great with melee influence. Melee influence will make it where you can spread electric procs and like elemental procs when you hit an enemy with this thing. So yeah, 3 meters range on that, and then you're spreading the proc. It makes this thing like 30 meter AoE technically. So yeah, highly recommend it if you do want a powerful long range melee. Also, there's a perk on here that gives you more follow through. Where is it? Where's the follow through one? Yeah, with melee equipped, 60% increase the follow-through. Follow-through is how much damage you deal to each enemy you slice in like a line. So this makes it your AoE is a lot more impactful than if you had like low follow-through, like maybe like the Akin Brunt. So yeah, top tier choice for sure. Probably number 2, but yeah, that's because the Burst is number 1. The Burst Incarnon is here, and as far as the Burst Incarnon does, it is normally a burst rifle, but once you get some headshots, goes to Incarnon form, makes it an exploding rapid-fire machine gun that has some of the best damage in the whole game. So you're definitely missing out if you don't grab this one. This one makes a lot of the other Incarnons look not as good in comparison. So it definitely makes the Soma look not good in comparison. But yeah, if you do grab it, go ahead and grab some of these perks like Forced Finality, giving you built-in multi-shot in the final bullet of the magazine. You got a ton of crit shots, Absolute Valor. It doesn't seem super exciting, but it's exploding bullets, machine gun, and it has crazy damage. So I'd say go ahead and grab this one if you haven't already. And if you want number 2, it'd be the Nami Solo Incarnon. If you already have both of those, I'd say maybe go for like Vasto and Soma. And like I said earlier, Ak and Brunt, last place. Not like it's bad. All these Steel Path Incarnons are actually good. So good luck grabbing that stuff, guys. All right, moving on to the Nightwave. A lot of us have the, or not a lot of us, some of us have the Nightwave completed, and I've been using this new Cyandana on my Inaros. It looks really, really nice. So I'd highly recommend that you get the Cyandana, but there's no rush. The Nightwave will be here for months and months, guys. All right, as far as your challenges, though, you got the first one being Loyalty. Gain 5,000 syndicates standing across all factions. You will get that done in your EDA or ETA because you get 30,000 reputation for those syndicates while doing those missions. So very easy challenge right there. Next, weekly, Vault Raider. Complete an Isolation Vault mission in the Cambion Drift on Deimos. The level 1 Isolation Vault will be just fine. There's only one Necromech in there, but feel free to do the level 3 one if you prefer. For your Elite Weeklies, you got the first one, Archon Hunt. Kill an Archon in the hunt. So if you have it unlocked, go ahead and do it. Next, complete 8 Railjack missions. Any 8 will do. It doesn't have to be 8 different, just 8 in general. And your permanent weeklies, kill Eximus, complete missions, and kill enemies. All right, moving on to the cred offering store here. We got some pretty good stuff, I can already tell. We got some Evergeese off the top. If you're a new player, this Night Tane is very important to you, so make sure you use some of that Night Tane for building primes. You got a Temple helmet. You got a Cyto 9 helmet. You got a Araxia helmet. Looks pretty crazy good. And yeah, if any of this stuff is interesting to you, go ahead and grab it for your Nightwave creds. Lots of augments and aura mods this week. Jeez, that's a lot. Like, why do we have so many this week? By the way, you got Sentient Barrage, the Batacore, Metamorph Magazine for the Gorgon, Critical Precision for the Tiburon, Wildfire for the Grikada, Eximus Advantage for the Akjagara, and Comet Relic for the Tigris. You can probably pass on most of these, but they're decent. As far as your aura mods, Holster Amp's good, Energy Siphon's okay. Not the best aura mod. Sprint Boost is okay too. And for Mastery Fodder stuff, you got the Heat Dagger and the Glaive Normal, which is good to grab. Lots of stuff in this Nightwave store, seriously. And as far as the Conclave mods, you got Singularity, Double Tap the Latron, and you also got Rumbled for Atlas. That's going to be basically your weekly reset, guys. The new clan event starts on Tuesday. There's also a Prime Resurgence event thing on Thursday, too. If you guys have not seen these Vanguard relics, you got to see them. So before we end it real quick, let me show you some of these Vanguard relics. These will be starting on Thursday, and these are limited purchase per player. So you can only get 100 of these each, but look at how stacked they are. So you got, multiple rare parts in here, and they're all prime parts too. These will be starting on Thursday, and they're called Vanguard relics, not like Axie relic. It looks like an Axie relic, but it's actually a Vanguard relic. Caliban rare part, Mesa and Ash rare parts. These will be pretty stacked. There's 4 different ones, so keep an eye on that. I'll cover it on the channel on Thursday. So yeah. See you guys then. Hopefully the video was fun and helpful. If you're on stream right now, we'll be pulling the giveaway in a bit here. And I appreciate all the support, guys. Take it easy. See you in the event video. Peace.